Hello everybody, welcome into some Spiral Knights. It's been a long time since I put up one of these videos. It's good to be back at it again. Today we're on the alternate account, Trash Blast here, which is my second account. I've really done nothing with him, but somebody requested that I do a Blades of the Fallen run through, so that's what I'm up to today. It is on Elite. I guess I could fake that and be like, I'll start on normal and then bump it up to Elite, make myself look good, but don't worry, I'm not doing that. Whatever. And pretty much up to this point, the only gear that I have is stuff that you would get from the missions. I don't think I've bought anything, so I've just got like the Cobalt Helm, the Cobalt Armor, and the Defender, and then I've just got Proto Sword. And you get the Zapper early on, I don't remember exactly where, but from one of the missions you get the Zapper. It's pretty good because it has attack speed increased high, but I mean it can't be upgraded at all. And then from this week you get the Blaster and the Caliber. So yeah, let's get after it. This is probably one of the harder missions that you'll get to up to this point in the game. I think maybe the other hardest would be like the Collector, maybe. But then this is kind of introducing you to boss dungeons and stuff. It's like setting you up with some 2-star gear for free right before you go to the Snarblac's lair. So things are kind of starting to ramp up at this point, in difficulty at least. So yeah. I guess we got this sweet loading screen we can wait around for a bit and enjoy, but I guess I could just talk about what's going on in the game right now. I actually just got a mail today that said like they're starting up a hardcore PvP mode like event coming up in a few days where like if you use guns, the game can be easier if you use auto target, but it's easier, but technically not as good. Like, you can't do as many things that are actually beneficial to you if you use auto-target. So during PvP, for like this coming weekend, they're turning that off. And if you like record yourself playing PvP and either something hilarious happens or you're like super good or something, and you record the video and send it to them, you can win prizes, which sounds like something that would be fun, but I, A, suck at PvP, and B, don't really have many guns, so probably not going to happen for me, but if you guys are interested in that, hey, give it a shot. Other than that, I guess there's not really a lot going on. I got a Masquerath as my pet, who I honestly think I would say is probably the worst choice. But I've already had like a level 100 Draken and also Serafinx, so I figured I'd just mix it up. Yeah. I may have the music turned off, so I'm going to have to fix that here in a second. It's kind of weird. Unless there just is no music in this level. This would be like the only level I've ever heard of with no music. Oh no, the music's on. Okay, that's interesting. It definitely makes it seem like a lonelier level because I don't think there's any other level I've played at least that doesn't have music. At least that comes to mind. Oh, there we go. Now it's kicking in. Okay. So this level's kind of difficult because it might be the first one you do where you've got these wisps or spirits, whatever, following you around. I don't actually know what they're called. So that can be kind of frustrating because they'll just be blowing up on you constantly. If you dash, they'll like, I guess if they're targeted on you, the way the spirits work, if they're targeting you, then they'll follow you. But if you dash, like, you become, basically the game like says you're not there for a bit. Is kind of how it like gives you the ability to avoid damage just by saying, oh yep, he doesn't exist. So if you dash, like some of the ones that are near you and locked onto you will just disappear because like, well, we're locked onto a thing that doesn't exist in the game anymore. So that can be kind of useful, just to help you avoid some of their explosions. And obviously just dashing out of the way will get you away from the explosions. So, oh my gosh. That's a lot of Grievers. If Grievers are trying to attack you, oh my gosh. Any damage will interrupt their attack, like just stop it completely. So if they're like, but they track you super closely. So if they're following close to you, you just gotta hit them once and then you won't get hurt until they start their attack again. But that can be kind of hard because as you saw right there, I was trying to attack them and do combos, which kind of made me stay in place. And then I just get blown up by the wisps, or spirits, or lost souls. I think lost souls are actually a thing from the Shadow of Apocrypha event, so that's not correct. Moving along. I don't know if this mission is 2 parts or 1 part. But completing it's awesome because you get some free 2-star gear, which at this point should probably be better than anything else you have, weapon-wise anyways. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be unreasonable to assume you may have like bought a 2-star sword at this point. I'm just using things that I've gotten for free because I didn't want to spend any money with this character. I think you have shared money between your 2 accounts. You definitely have shared energy, so I didn't want to steal any of my hard-earned energy from Croucher. Then they make you fight some Trojan horses, and it's honestly not that bad, but all the wisps are just so frustrating. I think dashing through them is also a really good way to get them to disappear. A Trojan slam attack actually does do a tiny bit of damage to nearby enemies, like his own teammates, as well as his attack up aura thing. But the wisps have such tiny amounts of health that the slam will actually kill them. So if you can position the Trojan like to attack a huge group of the little spirits, you can actually clear them out while also setting yourself up to damage the Trojan. So I guess that's one technique for this, but other than that, I don't really have a lot of tips other than just be patient and try not to get blown up. Because other than getting surrounded by grievers, probably just getting impatient and getting yourself blown up is probably the main way you're going to take a lot of damage in this mission. And I mean, if you have a group, which you probably should, then you can probably get like 1 or 2 people to be attacking the Trojans, and then other people can like shoot at the wisps or just distract them or like jump through them or something. Kind of split up the jobs of managing the stuff. Some parts of the game, like if you just have it down, are kind of easier to go by yourself if you really know what you're doing, just because it's kind of faster, typically. I mean, enemies have less health, and I don't know, if you just are able to quickly kill the stuff, then you don't have to wait for teammates to catch up and everything. But if you're not familiar with a mission, then it's absolutely helpful to have teammates. Even if they've never done it before, just because you can split up the tasks and everything won't be trying to kill you all the time. And I think this is probably one of the first missions, maybe other than the Collector, which I guess I mentioned as being one of the harder ones up to this point. This is probably one of the first missions where you're going to see like, oh yeah, I'm going to need teammates for stuff I haven't done yet. But honestly, I think that might have been the end of the mission. Yeah, looks like we're going back to Haven. Activated that grave, I think? I'm not sure. There was like some story and I kind of missed it. I'm sorry. My bad, guys. But I guess that's Graves of the Fallen. I thought this mission was like 2 or 3 like sections deep or whatever, but I guess not. After the fact, like stuff will keep attacking you on the elevator, so I'm just getting like blown up constantly by the spirits right now. But I mean, you're intangible, but they just keep blowing you up. So the screen will sit there and shake, and like when it's transitioning between elevator and heating up and stuff, you can just see your character like getting exploded on 1,000 times. In graveyard levels, like the phantoms will also follow you, and they'll just sit there and like attack the elevator as you're going away. It's like, too bad for you, we already won, sucker. I don't think there's any events going on right now in Spiral Knights other than that upcoming PvP event, but I think regular Haven should look, yeah, it just looks normal. Okay, sweet, so we got place the sword of an unknown knight at the memorial in the soldier's graveyard. Okay, so that's what we were doing. And then we got a sweet blaster and a caliber. So at this point, the next mission is Shadow of the Beast, and we're kind of equipped for it pretty well because we've got a blaster, which I will actually equip instead of my zapper, just because zapper can't go anywhere. It's 1-star. Only things that start at 2-star can you eventually upgrade to 5-star. So working on the blaster is kind of pointless because that's all it's ever going to be. I mean the zapper, not the blaster, excuse me. Very similar names. And then the caliber is obviously just better than the Protosword. Protosword's 0-star, so that's really not going anywhere. Oh yeah, there we go. This is pretty much a place that every player reaches at some point where they've just got full 2-star Cobalt, and then I guess these are like the Cobalt weapons. They're just like the most standard weapons in the game. None of this set is really good. I would not recommend taking any of this to 5-star. It's kind of a waste of money. As you progress through the missions and stuff, you do get the free, they like give you the recipes to upgrade this stuff for free, so it's kind of tempting to want to upgrade this set, like all of it, because you get free recipes, which only cost like 25,000 crowns or whatever. But it honestly is a waste of money, because at the end of the game, like, by the time you get this stuff to 5-star, you're gonna need good 5-star gear, and this will not ever be good 5-star gear. So it's good for a while, but I would recommend kind of figuring out what sort of stuff you like in addition to this, and then kind of work on that as well. So anyways, that's Blades of the Fallen. Gives you some really good early level rewards. It is pretty difficult for early level, but thank you guys for checking this out, and I hope you have a wonderful day. So goodbye.